All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Madison Beer, when's the last time I saw you?
For our last countdown, probably 3 years ago.
Way too long. How have you been?
I've been good. Missed you. How have you been?
I've missed you. And she walks in, we're like, oh my God, we start talking tattoos. So you have another tattoo you're planning?
I am. I'm planning on getting another one very soon. I want to get a couple new ones.
Why are tattoos, and I won't dwell on this forever, I promise. Why are tattoos so addicting?
I wish I could answer that in a real way. I think that the feeling, it hurts, but something about it is just like I want to feel it again and again and again.
And then like you get this piece of art and immediately like what would go with that? And your arm ends up filling up and it's just, yeah.
It's a mural.
Madison, is it true or false here? Your new music will sound totally different than what you've done before. I think I heard you say that. Am I crazy? Is
no,
that a
you're
fair
not crazy.
statement?
I think that that's true. I think it's partially false because it'll always sound like me. And I think I don't ever want to, not sound like myself. But I think it is true. I think it feels new and fresh and evolved to me. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
You do seem excited about this. Not that you didn't seem excited in the past, but something seems, I sense a seismic kind of
awesome
thing going on. The album, which I know it's a little ways off, September 15th is the date. It's called Silence Between Songs.
Correct.
Give me an update. Is the album totally done? Are we still it's done?
It's done. It's been done, and we just were waiting to announce it, and I'm excited. It feels like a ways away, but it feels like it's also approaching very quickly.
It's going to sneak up on you real quick.
It will. I'm excited.
Why the title, if you can say now, Silence Between Songs?
Yeah, to sort of summarize it, I feel like for a very long time, as an artist, I feel like I've been used to feeling like my most therapeutic moments and cathartic moments have been writing music and, feeling all my feelings and making songs and going on tour and whatnot. But I've actually realized that it's been the silence between the songs that I've been able to really reflect and be alone with myself and have those intimate moments completely on my own. And those have actually been the moments that I've grown the most. So that's kind of what that means. And it's just like, when you take a second away from the noise, you can really flourish in new ways.
I think I need to get better personally with the silence because my brain just goes nutty and sometimes
Me too.
Do you?
Yeah, my brain is scary.
Yeah, me too. It's
scary. That's why I tune it out with noise. But then, I feel like I've tried to be able to be more alone and more still, and it's been helpful.
You got a book out.
I do.
The book, of course, if you don't know, called The Half of It, came out, I believe, in April. It's your memoir. What do we need to know from this book?
It's really like a mental health book, and it's kind of just, my experiences over the last 12 years getting signed super young and what it's all been like. And it's my honest articulation of just kind of just what's transpired. And it's been really therapeutic to write. It's been a journey for sure. And I know that I'm young to have a memoir out, and I understand that, but I've had a pretty jam-packed 12 years of my life. So I felt like explaining it in a book.
And the book, to my understanding, if you read the book, it somewhat enhances, or it will somewhat enhance the album. If you read the book first, kind of a thing. I
think so. I mean, there's definitely songs that came about from writing the book that, like I had experiences where I was reflecting on my relationship with my brother, for example, and I decided to write a song about him that's on the album. And there's just little things like that I think that the book really helped me come to terms with, find peace with, and it was a great experience. And people are liking it, and people who have read it have said that it's helped them, so it means a lot.
I want an autographed copy.
Yes, I'll arrange that.
Madison, your fans love you. They're beautiful, wonderful, lovely people, but every now and then somebody, ask for a pic in the weirdest possible place. I've heard some crazy stories. I know you got a ton of them.
I definitely have some that are interesting. I've been asked for pictures in like a spa when I'm potentially not clothed and things like that. And I'm like, maybe in a little bit. But I don't know about like the weirdest place. I mean, this is a little dark. I was once asked for a picture at a funeral, and I was like, this feels not correct.
Whoa.
I was like, this maybe shouldn't be happening.
Like I can imagine snapping the pic and God knows what's behind you.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know about this. So that was strange for sure. Okay. That and the spa, hand in hand.
New rule. No asking for pics in a spa, or certainly not a dang funeral. Jesus. Madison, the album's coming out September 15th, Silence Between Songs. Home to another one. We'll get to the single in a couple of seconds here. I assume tour talks are going crazy at this point.
They are.
What can you give me some tour details if you can?
There's nothing set in stone yet, but we're definitely going to be going on a tour, and I'm really hopeful to go to new cities, new places, new countries. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it a lot, and I miss being on the road.
Okay, that's my next. I mean, I know you love being on stage. I assume I've only talked to one artist that wasn't quite even the stage kind of bugged them. I won't say who, but everybody loves the stage, but everything else that goes with it. Do you love road life?
I feel like I know a lot of artists that don't love it, and I completely understand why it can be very taxing, and it's hard to not have a home base, and it's difficult for some people. But I really like it, and I feel I found a really good rhythm and system on the road where I really make my bus my home for however long it's going to be. I convert it all to like feel as much as home as possible. So yeah, I actually do enjoy it. There are times where it can feel overwhelming, and you're just like, I just kind of want to be alone.
Right.
When you're always with people, it can be a lot, but I do enjoy it. I genuinely do.
And the rush of being on stage.
My God. Unlike anything else.
I can imagine, man.
It's unlike anything.
Talk about this video and your love interest, the alien dude and the whole thing. If you haven't seen this video, it's a must. What can you say about the video?
Thank you for saying that. I directed this video, and I really, really love it. I think it's so fun, and I just wanted to, I wanted to do something different. If you watch any of my music videos, I don't like to any time really be on the nose with it. I like to go somewhere that you weren't expecting. And this time I was like, let's make him an alien. And there's like a twist at the end of the video as well. So I encourage people to watch the whole thing. And it was fun. It was a really weird, random idea. I got a lot of inspiration from Star Trek and Mars Attacks and Barbarella and all these, cool older movies, and I don't know, I wanted to do something that was inspired by it, and it just felt correct to me. And I don't know why, whenever I hear something with home in the title, I always think aliens.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. So aliens felt right to me.
Why not? And watch the end of the video, of course, and there's some outtakes at the end, not to mention on your socials, so all that good stuff. Madison, home to another one. Let's do this. What do people need to know? Is there a backstory to it? I'm sure there is. What can you say?
I guess what I could say about it is we finished the album a long time ago. And then there were so many people that I feel like have been so influential to me that I love, that I really wanted to have represented on this album in some way. And I felt like, why not go in the studio one more time and try to make some stuff that felt like that? And so we did. And we got this song amongst a couple others that I'm really proud of. And it's a fun song. It makes you feel good. It reminds me of a lot of my favorite artists, and I'm proud of it.
Which artist does it remind you of?
It definitely has a lot of, Lana Del Rey influence, Tame Impala influence,
right?
A little Daft Punk in there. There's so many people that I pull inspo from.
Have you met Lana before? You have, right?
I have, luckily. I'm one of the lucky ones that has met her.
One of these days, a collab. Just going to throw that out there.
Let's manifest.
2-part question.
Okay.
What do you consider your best live performance ever? I mean, everything was just about perfect. Then the complete flip of that. What do you consider your worst? Everything went straight to hell.
Oh my God. I think my best live performance, one of them was my Paris show on my last tour. It was incredible and just all around the best show. The vibe was amazing. The crowd was amazing. I think I sounded good. It was just great. It was just all around an incredible show. The worst one, I don't know if there was any on this tour that I was like, that sucked, but I've definitely played some like festivals or done some little, gigs here and there that I just am like not proud of, and hope videos from that don't resurface. It's just, sometimes I also get really nervous. I'm someone who still does struggle with my nerves massively. And so sometimes I black out and I'm like, what happened? And then I see videos and I'm like, oh, that happened.
Dude, I hear the great ones are like almost like an out-of-body experience. Everything was like magical. And and you don't even remember.
I cried so much after my Paris show. I was like, I can't believe that that's my life. And that's what I get to do. It's crazy.
At least your badge, I've talked to some artists. One, he fell off the stage and the mic went in his mouth. So imagine like falling.
Was it post?
It was not post. It was
I think something like that happened to Post Malone, and he got really injured.
Oh dang! This guy wasn't injured. He just went in his mouth, and then and then he had to pull it out, and he kept singing. So there's that.
Oh my God,
Madison, you mentioned this earlier. The album, of course, Silence Between Songs, features a track that talks about your brother.
Yeah,
and the relationship, how basically your career in music kind of affected him in a way. I'm not sure if I'm wording that right.
Yeah, correct.
Don't give out anything you can't give out, of course. But what does that all mean?
Yeah, I think that, I getting signed so young and starting my career at 12 years old is obviously an abnormal thing. And I have a brother who was 9 at the time. And I think that it was really easy for, me, my family, and everyone around us to kind of get super excited and swept away in that, oh my God, look, we have this opportunity of a lifetime presenting it. And I do think that my brother had years where he was maybe not as paid attention to as he should have been, or,
Right.
He didn't feel maybe as important at times. And I've been able to, as I've gotten older and as we've gotten much closer, he's like one of my best friends. He's literally my best friend now. I've been able to admit that. I feel like I had a hand in that. And, it has caused me some guilt and it's made me feel bad. Of course, I was such a young kid. I didn't know what I was doing and nothing was on purpose. And my parents were just trying to support me. And it's just, things have a domino effect. And I think that he did get affected somewhat negatively by my life. And I just wanted to write a song kind of explaining that to him and maybe apologizing a little bit. And I think it's important to right your wrongs, even if you didn't know you were wronging someone. I think it's important to kind
Fair
of
point.
acknowledge it.
What was his? Obviously, you played it for him. What
Yeah.
was his reaction to the track?
He was very emotional. I think he was very taken back by it. And I think that it seemed, as far as he doesn't say much, but I think what I got from it was he's been waiting a long time to hear those things. So
Aw,
it felt good.
That's cool.
Feels really good.
I'm obsessed with the paranormal. We've talked
we
about
go.
this.
As I was walking in, I was like, I want to see how long it's going to take to talk about ghosts.
Yeah, I've got a podcast called Paranormalish. Madison, you've been on it. You've told me your stories in the past. Here's my question to you now.
Mm-hmm.
A haunted hotel challenge. Whenever you do this tour,
Okay.
and I'm doing this for Kim Petras. They're going to allow me to do this. They're going to give me their tour, the dates, and the hotels they've already set up. I'm not scheduling anything. I want to go through the hotels and do the research off the record. Nobody will hear about this, and pick out the haunted ones and tell you a few, like look out for room 237. And
Okay. You don't mean like an experience, like
No,
it's just literally a hotel that is haunted,
Yes.
not like a haunted hotel
No.
themed thing.
Exactly.
Oh, that I'm down with. I just can't do one of those like haunted house scary.
No, not that. We're talking a real one with
Cool.
a real history.
That sounds fun.
Okay, so if here, for example, I'd be like Madison in Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
random city. The hotel you're staying at, the 5th floor is haunted, specifically room
Cool.
538. Would you
Cool.
stay in there and tell me what happens?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
God,
That's cool.
90% of people tell me, JoJo, you're nuts.
I don't know that I'm scared.
But you
I'm
lived in a
excited.
haunted house as a kid.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Yes, I do.
You got to hear her story, man. We'll get to that later on. This is super random.
Mm-hmm.
But you've told me in the past, and this is public knowledge, you are a big fan of Rihanna, and you've run this Rihanna fan account.
Oh my God.
I think it's Twitter.
This will haunt me forever.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't anymore, but I did.
Okay, that's my question.
I did.
You never told me which one it was, and maybe you'll never.
I never
tell me.
will. It's going to die with me.
You have have you met Rihanna yet?
I have. I was very lucky to meet her at an event, and I froze.
This is since I spoke to you last, right?
Yes, it was somewhat
Tell me
recently.
all about it. What happened?
It was so cool. She was doing an event for her makeup company, and I was there, and I was told she would like to meet me, and I was like, oh my God. And I was super weird, and I was super afraid. And as her manager was like, okay, it's your turn, I was like, I have a video of it, and I literally looked at her and I was like, I can't do this. And by the way, she's a foot in front of me. Like I was about to, I couldn't even like turn and look at her. I was like, I can't do it. And it's just been something I've hyped up for so many years. And she turns to me, she's like, oh, Madison. I was like, pardon me. And I couldn't fathom that. And then it was maybe 7 seconds, but it was the best 7 seconds of my life. So we took a picture. She gave me a hug. She was also pregnant. So
Right.
I not only got to meet Rihanna, I got to meet pregnant Rihanna. I think that's pretty like legendary. And it was just so cool. And she was super sweet. And we took our photo and I went on with my day. And I've never been the same.
And this is something you've hyped up in your brain
For years.
forever. Did
Ever.
it live up to the expectation?
I have to say, like, not yes and no. Yes, she's as amazing, but I want to have like a conversation with her. So,
Right.
we haven't, I feel like we've met, I've touched her, I've taken a photo, but I feel like I need to speak to her to be able to say, how, like, what lived up. Yes, she's as beautiful and gracious and gorgeous and kind in person in the 7 seconds I met her, but I want to, have a real experience with her.
Next experience is
If
gonna
I'm
be
lucky enough. Maybe I'm asking
mind-blowing.
too much.
Yeah, let's do it. There you go. Rihanna, oh my God.
Rihanna, if you're listening, call me.
What is your favorite lyric that you've ever written? Maybe it's from the upcoming album. If so, don't
It
give out
is.
what you can't.
It is from the upcoming album. There's 2 songs that I think lyrically, all of them are great, but I think there's 2, and I'll tell you the numbers of them. The
Okay.
last song on the album and the 5th song on the album.
The last song and the 5th. Can you say the lyric or is
Nope.
that? Nope.
That's all I'm giving you.
So the last song,
Last song. So when the album comes out, September 15th, the last song and the 5th song are the ones that I am lyrically, I think, the most proud of.
now are we talking the hooks or are we talking
Talking the
like,
whole song.
okay.
I think they're very well written.
Once again, the album Silence Between Songs, September 15th. Look out for that. Is it safe to say with this new album, and of course the book, which is out, and all this tour and everything, this is a new era beginning for you?
Definitely. I feel very refreshed. I feel new. I feel reborn. I'm just excited. I'm also excited to continue to make music. I think that I'm going to try to get into this groove where I don't spend 7 years making an album. I want to make this one. Well, this one's done. I want to release this one, and then I want to release another one.
It takes a lot out of a person, I would imagine, to pour everything into an album and everything that goes with it. So I'm
going to be starting working on the next album before this one even comes out, which is going to be interesting.
Oh wow.
But I'm excited. I want to do that, and I'm eager to get back in the studio. And I feel like we worked on this album that's about to drop in so many different increments that I feel like now we've gotten into this groove that I feel really good about, that I think we could probably make an album very quickly. When I told my producer that I want to start the other one, he was like, he's just started drinking his water. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Sure that was water?
Literally.
Message to your fans.
Oh man, I have so much to say to them. I'm very grateful. I feel still, I don't think I'll ever get used to people supporting me in the way that they do. I just met a girl named Lucy the other day who had 3 of my songs tattooed and had a Polaroid of me in the back of her phone when we met. And I was like, how I feel like there's not many people that are that big of fans of mine in the world. So to meet someone who's that big of a fan was just so nice and kismet to me. And I felt like it was so meant to be. And so I don't know. I'll never get used to those experiences. And I'm really, really grateful for those people who feel that level of connectivity to me. I'll never understand it, but I'll always be grateful for it. And I think that it's so special. And I feel that same way about them.
Quick recap. Home to Another One. It is out. Album coming out September 15th, Silence Between Songs. The book, of course, the half of it, it's out. Tour coming up.
Wow.
I'm going to pick...
You make me sound so busy.
You do. It sounds crazy, right? I'm going to pick some haunted, if you let me, pick some haunted
you better send them to
hotels
me.
And whatnot, and we'll get you...
I'll send you the routing, and then you can come back to me.
Okay. And you don't if I throw some crazy rooms at you that are too scary...
If it's too much,
whatever.
Yeah,
okay, I'll
let you know.
What else do people need to know, Madison Beer?
Have a good, safe summer, and I hope everyone enjoys themselves. And I hope you like my new song, and I hope you like my album when it comes out.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you. Good to see you always.
At the end of every interview, Madison Beer fist bump to make it official.
Boom.
Bam.